After nearly 20 years, TSA has been requiring folks to take their shoes off, but that rule for airport passengers.
From AI cameras watching every one of your moves, to high-tech scanners infiltrating your carry-on luggage, here are 7 of the most insane airport measures released in 2025, starting with the no more shoe removal measure. For nearly 20 years, taking off your shoes at TSA checkpoints has been a hassle we've all grumbled about. But as of July 2025, the TSA is scrapping this rule at many U.S. airports, letting you keep your shoes on during standard security screenings. This change, announced by Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, is rolling out nationwide to cut wait times and make the process smoother. Airports like Baltimore, Fort Lauderdale, and Philadelphia are already waving travelers through without shoe removal thanks to advanced imaging and AI-based threat detection that can screen footwear without slowing you down. The goal? A faster, friendlier experience while keeping security tight. But here's what travelers miss. This isn't a free pass everywhere. Some airports, especially smaller ones, may still ask you to remove shoes if their tech isn't fully updated. And if you trigger a secondary screening, probably because of metal in your soles or a random check, you're still gonna need to take them off. Frequent flyers with TSA pre-check already skipped a step, but now even standard lanes are catching up. To avoid surprises, check your departure airport status on the TSA website before you go. If you're traveling through a major hub like JFK or LAX, you're likely in the clear, but don't assume that every airport is the same. This change is definitely a win, but only if you know when and where it applies. TSA is stepping up its game with AI-driven surveillance systems now active at major U.S. airports like Atlanta, Dallas-Fort Worth, and Chicago O'Hare. These aren't exactly your average security cameras. With them using overhead thermal and visual tech, they track crowd flow in real time, spotting slow zones before lines get out of control. The goal here is to keep things moving, reducing wait times by directing you to faster checkpoints or opening new lanes. So if you're suddenly sent to a different line or a checkout closes early, it's not random, it's the AI calling the shots. Here's the thing, your movements are tracked anonymously with no facial data stored, but it's still smart tech watching you. By late 2025, expect this to expand to airports like Miami and Seattle. It's efficient and definitely eerie, but it's not optional. If you're privacy conscious, there's no opting out, so just know your airport might feel like it's one step ahead of you. So make sure you stay sharp and follow signs to avoid getting rerouted at the last second. After years of delay, the Real ID deadline hit on May 7, 2025, and it's now non-negotiable. If you're 18 or older and flying domestically in the US, you need a Real ID compliant driver's license, a passport, or another TSA-approved ID to get past security. Look for the gold or black star on your license. If it's not there, you're not boarding without a passport. TSA reports a 94% compliance rate, but thousands still show up unprepared, thinking they can sweet-talk their way through. Well, that's all history now. Airports are seeing a spike in travelers turned away, and TSA isn't planning on budging. What many miss is how easy it is to overlook this. The smart thing to do would be to check your ID now, especially if you rarely fly. If your license isn't compliant, get it renewed or bring back your passport. Forgetting could mean missing your flight, and nobody at the checkpoint is going to make exceptions. Flying internationally, your face is now your boarding pass on many routes. Airlines like Delta, United, and American have rolled out facial recognition boarding at over 50 international gates in the US. Airports include JFK and LAX. The system matches your face to your passport photo in seconds, skipping the need to flash your ID at the gate. It's fast, but here's what people get wrong. You can opt out, but you have to tell the gate agent beforehand. Otherwise, your face gets scanned by default. Privacy-conscious travelers should note this isn't totally anonymous, as TSA and Customs Service say your data is deleted within 12 hours, but you should confirm with the airline if you want a manual check. Some airlines are even testing this for domestic flights, so expect it to spread. If you're traveling with kids or somebody uneasy about biometrics, it's important to speak up early in order to avoid surprises. Like everything else, the tech is here to stay, so know your rights before you board. Starting July 2025, the UK is enforcing a new rule. All visa-exempt travelers, including Americans, need an electronic traveler authorization before boarding any flight. Authorization, even if you're just connecting in London or Edinburgh, isn't a visa, but it's mandatory. Costs about $13 and takes 15 minutes to apply online, and once approved, is good for multiple entries over 2 years. But here's the catch: a lot of airlines won't issue your boarding pass without a verified ETA. Many travelers assume they can sort this out at the airport, but that's a recipe for disaster. You'll be denied boarding if it's not approved before check-in. This applies to all ages, so don't forget your kids' applications too. And this is the most important side to it. To avoid getting stuck, apply at least 48 hours before your flight on the UK government's website. Then double-check your approval status when you check in, or you might be left behind. Checking a bag? Get ready for facial recognition at the counter. Airlines like Delta and American are rolling out biometric bag drop systems in cities like Atlanta, Detroit, and Los Angeles. Instead of scanning your ID or typing a confirmation number, the kiosk recognizes your face and links it to your itinerary. It's lightning fast, and bags dropped are cleared in under 30 seconds. So don't worry if your photo isn't linked to your passport or TSA pre-check file. You'll be sent to a manual check-in line instead. Not only that, it is advisable always to have your ID ready as a backup, and check with your airline to confirm if your flight supports biometric bag drop. It's convenient for sure, but only if you're prepared. The TSA has quietly introduced passive explosive scanners at airports like Boston, Logan, and Denver. These ceiling-mounted sensors have the ability to detect trace chemicals in the air as you walk through, looking for substances linked to explosives or narcotics. You won't notice them. They're invisible and don't require stopping, but they're scanning everybody. If the system flags something, you might face a random pat-down or bag check without knowing why. What's not obvious is how sensitive these scanners are. Even handling certain chemicals recently, like some fertilizers or cleaning products, could trigger an alert. Airports are expanding this tech in 2025, so expect it at more hubs soon. It's always a good idea to know what's in your carry-on or on your clothes. If you're pulled aside for extra screening, stay calm. It could just be the scanners doing their job. Airports in 2025 are nothing like they were even a year ago. From AI cameras tracking your every move to new ID rules and biometric check-ins, the system is faster, smarter, and far less forgiving of old habits. If you stroll into the airport thinking it's business as usual, you're setting yourself up for delays, denials, or missed flights. But here's the good news. Following these changes puts you ahead of the pack. Check your ID, apply for your ETA or ETIAS early, and decide where you stand on biometric scans. The smartest traveler in 2025 isn't just packed and on time, they're prepared. And now that you know what's coming, your next trip should be smoother than ever. So, which of these new airport measures fascinates you the most? Kindly let us know in the comments section down below. And while you're at it, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more informational content like this. And until next time, thanks for watching.